What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Deontay Wilder, Andy Ruiz. Get this. Deontay Wilder, Andy Ruiz fight takes another twist. They won't allow it. Wow. Wilder versus Ruiz is an intriguing heavyweight clash that likes of which aren't often made in the division. The two former world champions were ordered by the WBC last November to face off and determine who would be Tyson Fury's next mandatory challenger, but talks never really progressed. Okay. That changed recently with ring rust beginning to threaten and Wilder looking to stay busy before a potential mega fight at the end of the year, of course, with Anthony Joshua. His trainer Malik Scott recently said that Ruiz was one of the main options for the next fight in late August or September, and Ruiz responded positively online. Eddie Hearn, who is in talks with Saudi Arabia Skills Challenge promotions for Anthony Joshua to face Wilder in December, does not believe the Ruiz fight happens. He says, "No, I don't see that. Listen, if Deontay Wilder is going to fight Anthony Joshua, he definitely ain't fighting Andy Ruiz. Don't forget, we're nearly middle of June. We're coming off up to July. AJ's trying to fight in August 12th, but we need to announce this week. I don't believe Wilder and Ruiz are going to announce their fight anytime soon. Then there's no way that Saudi Arabia would let Wilder fight in the back end of August or September before he fights Anthony Joshua in December. Subject to what Wilder does with Skills Challenge in Saudi Arabia, I'm actually not sure he'll fight in the interim, but I do not believe it will be Andy Ruiz. Might be wrong, but I'd be very surprised if he took that fight before Anthony Joshua." Let me counterpunch. I think Deontay Wilder can do what he wants to do. And for everyone that criticized Wilder about taking stiffer competition, I think the last thing you should be doing is questioning if he'll take the fight or not, or questioning that it's a smart thing to do. Because guess what, Eddie, you're not Deontay Wilder's advisor, promoter, or anything else. I know he wants to fight. I know they want that huge, maybe cash out deal for Anthony Joshua, maybe. But to say that I don't think that that fight's going to happen, is only showing that Eddie Hearn has two reasons why I feel that he's saying that Deontay Wilder won't fight Andy Ruiz. For one, Andy Ruiz upset Anthony Joshua. If he never upset Anthony Joshua, I don't think Eddie Hearn would have a thing to say about Andy Ruiz, because he knows that he is a dangerous guy. And for two, I think that will definitely, if Wilder goes in there and knocks out Andy Ruiz, it will make, in turn, the general masses of people against Anthony Joshua. Okay, because Anthony Joshua couldn't do that. He was the first one to drop him, but he wasn't the last. Okay, and he definitely didn't stop him. Okay, so if Deontay Wilder is able to knock out Andy Ruiz, then that will be another check on that list on why people think that Wilder will knock anybody else out besides Tyson Fury. Okay, but if I'm Eddie Hearn, though, and of course this is just his opinion. If I'm Eddie Hearn, I would be worried more about what Anthony does versus what Wilder does. I mean, after all, Wilder is your fighter, not Wilder. Joshua is the guy that you need to focus on. If it's, who is it really on the table? I think Hrgovic. I think that'll be a good fight. And it also shows, too, if he doesn't want to take someone like Andy Ruiz, Eddie Hearn, you could tell that he's not trying to put Anthony Joshua in there with anyone too dangerous. Because basically he is forecasting his idea of what he feels Deontay Wilder should do. And of course he would do that with his fighter, because that's the same tactics. It's kind of like Oscar De La Hoya saying that I will never put Canelo in there with Bivol and those type of things because he wouldn't do that if he had him. You know, Eddie's showing you what he would do with Wilder if he had him. Okay, so, but hearing that, like, hey, they won't allow it. You know, if that's what they want, I just want to see it happen or not. I don't really care. But obviously, if Eddie Hearn chose to say, well, hey, I don't think that he's going to fight someone that tough, he believes that because he's seen firsthand Andy Ruiz is a dangerous man. Bars. Right? He knows that he's dangerous. And him thinking, based on what Deontay Wilder has done in the past, that's what he's going on. You know? But if I'm Wilder and I heard Eddie Hearn say that shit, that's the first person I'm going to go for. Because Andy's already agreed to it. Andy's looking for a fight because Andy needs to get paid. Everybody knows that. Andy's probably feeling like he felt before he joined Al Heyman's crew with Bob Arum. Remember he had to pay Bob Arum off? He's feeling that way now. He's desperate. And then when Andy Ruiz gets desperate, I think Andy Ruiz gets more dangerous because he's desperate. See, back then, he was broke. He was staying on Manny Robles' couch, staying in his house. The trainer that he got rid of, or he got his daddy to get rid of, right? You know, that made him more hungry. He was emailing Eddie every single day, please give me the opportunity. And Eddie just seen a little fat, humble little dude, you know what I mean? That was unarmed and not really dangerous. And then he seen firsthand when he damn near had a stroke when Andy Ruiz got off the canvas in the third round of the fight at Madison Square Garden and put Anthony Joshua down. Okay? So, yeah, I think that this is an intriguing fight. It's a fight that was ordered by the WBC. And you know what? It's funny that Eddie has this prediction, okay, or this thought process about a sanctioning bodied fight that the sanctioning bodies haven't really even put much energy into. And it just shows you how sad the WBC is on their end because they're not even saying like, no, this is what's going to happen and this is what you need to do. You two guys need to come together and make this fight or I'm going to strip both of you. That's how the shit should be. But it's not. And it just shows you how big of a joke they are. Where you got promoters talking about fighters that won't take a challenge, you know what I mean, besides the WBC or the sanctioning body making these fighters take the challenge. So it's very weird to me. But yeah, but if I'm Wilder and I wanted to piss off Eddie Hearn or just make him wrong, right? I would definitely pick Andy Ruiz and stop all the bullshit and the Ngannou fights and all that stuff. Just stop all that. Just pick Andy Ruiz, fight and beat Andy Ruiz, and get prepared for Anthony Joshua after that fight happens. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Eddie Hearn stating that they won't allow Andy Ruiz versus Deontay Wilder. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!